Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Next, I'm going to explain to you about the recognition of expected losses. Okay, regardless of whether the outcome of a contract can be estimated reliably or not, so the standard requires that an expected loss on a contract shall be recognized as an expense immediately. So, in other words, if the full expected loss is recognized, immediately, regardless of the stage of completion of the contract. This means that if, let's say, previously I've explained to you about the percentage of completion, about for recognition of the profit. So if you identify that you're going to get a profit, then you recognize that on a stage by stage basis. What I mean by that is, let's say you complete that contract over a 2-year period. So for period 1, you will take a certain amount of recognized profit, and in period 2, you will take a certain amount of recognized profit. However, if, let's say, you identify that during the term of the contract, you identify that you're going to incur losses. So that expected losses, you need to recognize that immediately. So you need to recognize that in full. Okay, you need to recognize that in full, not based on this stage of completion. That is meant by this statement. That means the recognition of the expected losses. If you're going to expect that you're going to incur losses, so all of the losses you need to recognize. Okay, you don't need to take that in stages. Okay. Next, I'm going to explain to you about the progress billing. What is progress billing? So it refers to the amount billed to the contractee. So this amount normally refers to the value of work certified, which is endorsed by the architect or the qualified surveyor. So when the contractee is billed, so the contractee account, or sometimes it is known as the account receivable account, you need to debit that account, and the progress billing account should be credited. Okay, this is progress billing, the amount that you bill to the contractee. Next that you need to know is about the progress payment. So progress payment is an interim payment made by the contractee to the contractor, or the buyer to the seller, okay, by the contractee to the contractor, as the contract proceeds. And the basis of payment is the value of work certified. So as stated in the architect certificate. So contract normally provides for the client to make progress payment at a specific stage of completion. For example, at completion of foundation or at the first floor, then you need to make a certain amount of payment, progress payment. Okay, so basis of the payment is an architect certificate of the work satisfactorily completed. So rather than waiting at the end of the period or at the end of the contract, then only you receive the whole amount. So you want the contractee, or you want the customer to pay you on a stage basis. So that payment that you receive is known as the progress payment. And how are they going to pay? So that progress payment is based on the amount that has been certified. Okay, how much is the amount that they need to pay? Okay, for example, the whole of the contract amount, the total amount is 10, let's say 10 million, for example. Then at stage 1, or at the stage 1, you want the customer to pay you 20% of it. So that 20%, so based on the architect certificate, how much they need to pay. Okay, and the amount that that have not yet been paid, that is known as the retention money. Okay, so amount paid, for example, based on the value of work certified, it is 100,000, and then you retain a certain amount that you have not yet paid, another 10% of it. For example, in this case 10,000, that is known as the retention money. So cash paid or payable by the contractee is 90,000. So retention money is a sum of money held by the contractee for an agreed period of time. Why the contractee or the customer want to retain this amount of money? Basically, this is to safeguard against the risk of loss or maybe faulty workmanship. Okay, they want to retain a certain amount of money as a guarantee. So the retention money is normally paid when the contract is fully completed. Okay, this is if you are required to prepare the contractee account. So the contractee account will be, you have this one, the progress billing. That progress billing is based on the value of work certified. And then this is the amount that you pay. You debit your cash or bank, then you credit your contractee account. And then this one will be the balance. Let's say the amount bill is 100. and then you already your cash that has been received is 90, so the balance is 10, so that 10 is known as the retention money. 90 that has been received, that is known as the progress payment. Okay, so this is the double entry for your account. Okay, that's for the that's for now. I will continue later on to explain to you about the contract asset and contract liability. Thank you.